looking good. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Podguyz Podcast. I am Tony Kaz, followed by
Kevin Neary here.
If you may look down below me here, there is a very similar facial guest. We kind of do look alike. Both ruggedly handsome. You may notice him, comedian Michael Caswell.
Ooh, I'm right on your left side. I'm not even below you.
I'm on my left side?
John Nealon's on the very bottom of you.
I see.
It's all different for everybody. That's what it is.
Is it? Oh, I don't know. That's what I can screenshot.
On mine, you're below
weird.
Tony.
Oh, yeah. You're below me. Below me. And then Sparky is below Kevin.
Wow, this is really
this is
screwed up
correct.
now.
This is correct right now.
All right.
Guys, we do have a very special guest this week. He is an amazingly talented man. Let's see if we can get him in here. All right, Artie, you good to go, brother?
We are good to go.
All right, man. We are live on Facebook Live right now. And I'd like to welcome everybody to... I'm going to give you quite the introduction, Artie. I hope you're ready.
I'm ready. Thank you.
All right. From the depths of New Jersey.
Exactly.
I would like to introduce Artie Hoffman. He is a medium, psychic, motivational speaker, and life coach.
I am. I'm all of that, and then some.
It sounds amazing, brother. Welcome to the show. It's nice to have you on.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Now, a lot of people have asked me so far, they're like, Tony, this Artie Hoffman guy. I said, I have no idea about him. I don't know where he got, where his background was, what kind of gifts he has. But everything that we've looked up as far as like Yelp or reviews or anything like that have come out fantastic.
Well, thank you so much. I don't even look at my own stuff as far as all the reviews and stuff like that. I just do my thing. And, put it this way. I've been doing it for 32 years. I've read for over 32,000 people in my life. And that's no exaggeration. So, yeah, that's a lot of talking over all that time. But I enjoy it. And I just love making a difference in people's lives. And what a blessing it is. It really is. It's very, very cool. Very cool.
That's cool. You've done hundreds of thousands of shows, right? In your...
Oh, I've done lots of shows. Yeah, absolutely. Plus, I have my own international Facebook Live show that I do every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
That's excellent.
I read people for free for an hour on my show, and people type in questions, and then I just answer. I connect to their loved ones who passed away, and I tell people their past, present, and future about their love life, about their health, about whatever. I'm not a college boy, but what's really cool is that I have therapists who come see me for answers too.
Okay. Now, what is your background as far as the supernatural? Like, when did you first notice that you had the gift?
When I was 27 years old, I went to the Edgar Casey Foundation in Virginia Beach for a one-weekend seminar out of curiosity to see if I can do it.
Okay.
Because I got a postcard in the mail. And I said, hey, how would you like to go to the Edgar Casey Foundation in Virginia Beach for this one-weekend seminar? So I asked my wife, who was my wife at the time, "You want to go to this? It looks pretty interesting." And she said, okay, yeah. No, she said, no. She says, I'm not interested. She says, you can go if you want. She says, I'm not interested. So anyway, I went away for that one weekend, and they taught you how to open up your heart and mind to be 100% unconditional. And that one weekend literally changed my life forever. And I was able to tell people who I never met before about what's going on in their life. And but for the next few years, I was just doing it for the fun of it. As far as just reading for friends and family. And people, again, were telling me how accurate I was. So I got to a point in my life where I needed some extra cash. And so I threw an ad in the paper, and it said, if I don't pull through, no charge. And 90% of the people paid me. And then just out of word of mouth, it just took off like a bat out of hell.
Now, what would be like your worst prediction so far? Like, because I'm pretty sure that not even with a prediction, but with a reading, I'm sure a lot of people have come up with insane questions, really insane questions. Oh, my late husband hid money from me. Where did he happen to put it? or my husband was cheating on me. I'd like to know who his lover was. Did you ever get anything like that?
I get all of that. I get all of that and then some. Absolutely. It's like this way. I just did a reading just not too long ago, right before the show. I did 5 readings tonight. And this one fella, he just kept on blocking me and blocking. Like they say they want a reading, but their energy is just very, very challenging. When somebody says, it's almost like they're asking you for a reading, but they're challenging you. It's like, well, let's see what you got. But the thing is like if your heart isn't open for a reading, then you could be skeptical. That's okay. But when you are being too controlling in a reading, like you want the reading to go how you want it to go. Or it's like I'll tell people, if you want me to connect to your loved one in heaven, I say, show me a picture of that person.
Sure.
Now, when I'm reading for people who are alive, I don't need any pictures. But if I'm reading for the deceased, I like to look at a picture so I can pick off their energy. And it could be a picture of your grandfather when he was 12. I don't care. I'm not judging the picture. I just want to pick off their energy or call in their energy.
Okay.
And some people say, no, I don't have a picture. Or, I already told them in advance to bring a picture. It's like, no, if they pull through, they pull through. I want to see. They're trying to control how I do my craft.
And sure.
It doesn't work like that. So you're blocking me. So that's just, put it this way. 95% of the times, the readings are phenomenal. And so, people, the answers are great. Sometimes it's a psychic reading, which is someone who tells you your past, present, and future. Sometimes I do mediumship readings, which is when you connect to loved ones who passed away. Other times I'm a life coach where I give people really good, solid advice on, how to handle their circumstances and all.
Sure. That sounds great, man. I'm glad that I've actually watched this show on Netflix recently about what's it called? Psychic Kids, I think it's called. Or was it on Hulu? No, I think it's on Hulu. It's on Hulu, actually. And it's a fantastic show about these kids who have the gift, that they have the ability. And not only is it just a psychic ability, but maybe it's a reading of energy, or if it's a reading of empaths, like an empathic energy. And I've never known that there were so many different levels of psychic energy as well.
Yeah, variations. Yeah, there are. And the trick of it is about meditating. When you meditate and you're connecting to the higher source, that's where you're able to hone in on the ability to connect to the energy. A lot of times, also if I hold on to people's objects, like if I hold on to their keys or their jewelry, I get energy from it, and I just start telling people stuff, and it's amazing. It's just absolutely amazing that this even exists. I mean, I'm amazed by it. It's just like, and I do it, and I'm amazed by it that this exists. So, but I just keep doing it over and over again.
Have you ever mentored someone else as far as, someone that has possibly come up to you and said, oh, I have the gift as well. And you're like, oh, well, what kind of level or severity is it? And like, what can you do? Have you ever mentored someone like that?
No, well, when somebody is, when we meet each other who has the gift or whatnot, usually we say, all right, read me. I just say, all right, read me. I don't, but we say that jokingly. We don't take advantage of each other.
Sure.
We just, we might ask a question or two, or they'll ask me a question or two. It's like we could, save the world. We could help the world, but we just can't help ourselves because we're in our own maze. So, and the thing is, when you're emotionally connected to the outcome, that's when you can't read for yourself or for someone who's really close to you, because of course you want the best for them or whatever. So you don't know if it's coming from your ego, the answers, your own thought, or is it coming from the spiritual sense?
Well, because you have said that, now I kind of understand. Well, not to make light of it, but did you happen to see like your divorce coming along, or was it just like, did you notice things in your life changing, or was it just like, or does it not happen for yourself because of that block?
It's not a psychic thing when it comes to stuff like that. That's more on an emotional, you get this feeling, when you're comfortable in a relationship, whether it be personal or business, or with certain friends or whatever, what feels right and what doesn't feel right. It's in your gut,
Artie, can I ask you a question, buddy?
Sure.
Okay, great. So, like lottery numbers, you know how much that pays out.
Not happening.
If I were in your position and I had the gift, I would just focus on the numbers every day. I would tell my whole entire clientele, guys, I'll see you in a year. All right? I'm going to get some financial security real quick and just focus on the numbers. Have you ever thought it over?
Now, we'll put it this way. I have given over 100 different winning lottery numbers or gambling situations in my career. Easily over 100. And
so you're just lacking the gambling addiction then, right?
I can't do it for myself. I can't do it for myself. But when somebody asks me, Art, what's a lottery number? I can't do that either. But while I'm in a reading, and then all of a sudden, like, numbers will just come to me while I'm reading somebody. I'll say, play those numbers. And
have you ever tried to
they come up. But when I give numbers, when I give lottery numbers, it's like pick 3, pick 4, not pick 6s.
Oh, man. Yeah, you got to get, That's only a couple hundred, maybe a couple
Sorry, Kevin, only a little bit of money and not a lot.
Yeah. Or when people go to Atlantic City or go to the casinos, and then I'll get a premonition on what game they should play or what casino they should go to, or, the slot machine, like, I'll describe certain people that are going to be in the area. And then I said, you got to play that. So
a lot of it goes into, especially in the older days of psychic ability, they brought in fortune telling, and fortune telling got really entangled with the psychic readers, and a lot of it's tarot or palm reading or stuff like that. Do you happen to do that as well, or no?
I don't do astrology, although I believe in it. I don't read palms, although I believe in that too. I don't read tea leaves, which they have been done for me, and that's pretty amazing. But I do, I use my own intuitiveness, and I do have a set of angel cards. And so, so I know how to read cards, but I also will get random thoughts about people or situations, or people want to know what outcomes are and stuff like that. So, it's pretty cool. It really is. It's like I sit there in silence, and there's voices in my head. I'm not even schizophrenia, but I listen to voices in my head. And
are you sure those just aren't your own thoughts?
No, you could tell the difference.
I always wonder what deaf people heard in their head, because they can't hear anything. So,
well, they can't hear anything in the physical sense, but you could hear voices within your thoughts.
That's true.
But if they've never heard a voice, then how would they be able to? Yeah, I don't. We're like, I guess it's
here's the language. A lot of times they come in pictures.
They might see hands. They might see hands in their head.
Right. They come in pictures.
I have a question for you, Artie. I just want to know: is it easy to get laid if you're a psychic?
It has its advantages.
Does it? Okay.
Let's just say
I'm just curious.
It has its advantages. Yeah.
Well, what's the pickup line? Like, what do you say to them?
No, it's just, put it this way. I always tell my friends, I said, what I do for a living is better than Match.com. But I don't take advantage of it only because I don't want to be known as a male whore. Just, that guy, he's just trying to get my pants, or he's just,
Well, that's I gotta have a follow-up question there. So when you tell women that you're a psychic, how do they respond to that?
Oh, everybody. Do
you have like psychic,
really?
A little bit more or less? Do you have like psychic groupies out there, where they're just really trying to,
I definitely have psychic groupies, stalkers, groupies, whatever you want to call them.
Now, I know for most psychics, including some of the bigger names, he's
John Edwards.
John Edwards, who my wife and her mom actually just bought tickets for a Zoom meeting or whatever the heck they're doing. But
it's a Zoom meeting because he canceled out of the Radisson.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Out of the Hilton. He was supposed to be at the Hilton, but he changed it to a Zoom meeting. So.
You find it harder to read someone in a Zoom meeting as compared to, of course, in real life.
Yeah, with Zoom only because like there's a few different energies going on. There's you and him and him and him. So when I think I'm talking about you, I could be picking up on him. So when I do private sessions, I go into a private room with one person while the other people are waiting in the waiting room.
That's a smart move. Yeah.
So that's how I do it, So usually when I do one-on-one sessions, it's one-on-one. If I'm connecting to the other side, it makes no difference how many people are in the room. It makes no difference how many people are in the room because I'm connecting to the other side. I'm not trying to read your future or trying to connect to you. I'm connecting to the other side. It's a different energy. So when I'm in a group but I also do group readings, whereas, a bunch of people are in one room. So what I do is, no matter how many people are there, I just hold their hand. And I close my eyes for a second. When I hold their hand, I feel their energy, and then I just instantly will get stuff about that person.
Is the easiest person to read an orphan? Because you could tell them anything about their parents. They don't know any better.
Yeah.
I would think so. I'd be like, I'm going to the orphanage. I'm going to, read every single one of them.
I got news for you. It's interesting you should say that because I do great with kids. Because there are so many kids who have so many problems with their life that when I'm able to see something positive in their future, it inspires them. When I tell them good things, it helps rewire their way of thinking about themselves and about life. So I actually love reading for little kids because like I said, I inspire them and they carry it with them. So I'm very inspirational. I'm not a negative, dark person when I do readings. There's a difference between doing a reading for somebody you want to help them and then trying to take advantage of somebody because they're vulnerable when they come to see you. So, and
there's still a wonder in the eyes of children.
Do you feel any energy with us as the group? Like, do you feel any negative or positive energy? Do you see there might be a good future for us, or?
Oh, it's all negative. I'm like,
that's good. That's what I waited to hear. That's what I wanted to hear.
Son of a booger!
You're going to get some more from John.
That's all. I
not
see
from me or anybody else.
An icy mountain and bare feet. For crying out loud. I'm only kidding.
No! Artie, Gisela D'Amico actually said that you have an August 12th reading at Abella-san and Salon and Spa in Ocean City, New Jersey.
At Abella's hair salon in Ocean City, New Jersey. August 12th, I'm doing readings for people. So if they were to call me up, 732-778-7173. They call me up or text me, I could book them an appointment. So, that's no
5 hours. 5 hours. Whew.
Already, that was
from 4 to 9. I was sold out. Last time I was there. But time goes by very fast when I do group readings. When I do one after another, it goes by pretty quick.
Artie, that was a softball prediction right there. We live in Pennsylvania. For you to say that we're all in the negative spot right now is pretty easy.
That is true. Gisela also says hi, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who says hello?
Gisela?
Oh, yeah. An awesome person. Awesome person. Thank you.
Now, let's get into our portion of the show. We're just getting into a couple different things, and then we actually have a special little game that we play at the end. So we actually, believe it or not, we don't. What we did in the beginning of the year is that we actually came up with a death pool for the Podguyz Podcast 2020 death pool. We don't wish anybody ill harm. But there were several superstar celebrities, sports stars, political people,
we're in the deadliest year of the world right now, too. Odds are up.
True.
Artie, I'm not involved with this at all, so I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Just want to let you know, I know nothing about this, but go ahead.
No. It's all in good fun. It was not nothing that we're wishing ill harm on people, but we did make a list of celebrities that we thought were going to pass on to the other side. And Kevin over here has just scored his first deceased on the list, which unfortunately was
Regis Philbin. And my exact words were, I got Regis Philbin. He's pretty old. It's probably about his time. Odds are up on this one.
And it's sad. Like a sad passing for the entertainment industry.
He had one hell of a personality, boy. He had a great personality.
An amazing guy. Just an amazing guy.
King of bantering. The guy was king of bantering. That's all he was good at. Yeah. You know what I mean? He knew how to communicate.
Have you ever tied into a celebrity of some sorts, or have you passed through not necessarily like someone who came up to you or asked for your services, who may have been a celebrity?
I'm not going to go in specific detail of the character, but The Sopranos.
Okay.
So those
Artie, you're pulling off a look right there. I love your look right now. You look like the Twisted Tea version of the Dos Equis guy.
Yeah. It does look like a mobster.
It is looking good.
Yeah.
Is that a compliment?
It is. Yeah, I love it. I think
would look like a Goomba
sticking out.
Because you got, the Dos Equis guy is more like a secret agent sort of thing. You don't know what he's really about. But the Twisted Tea guy, I would imagine, would look sort of like yourself, laid back, pink shirt, hanging out, doing his thing, Jersey. So there's a compliment. It really is.
You look like you belong on a beach somewhere.
Yeah, are you near the beach?
Actually, I was today. Nice. I was near the beach, absolutely.
I felt that type of energy on you.
Well, let me tell you something. When I feel stressed out or when I feel overwhelmed or I just want to take a chill pill, I always go to the beach. And I love the water. I take a travel out there probably on the average 4 times a week to go by the water, chill out. Sometimes I'm on the beach itself. Sometimes I just sit in my car and just watch all the jet skis go by and the boats go by, and I just relax and, talk to my friends or play a little music. I just chill out, Now,
Artie, you are a single guy, right?
Yes, in a sense. I do have a girlfriend, but yes.
Did she ever get jealous did she ever ask you, did she ever get jealous of you, like maybe flirting with somebody from the other side?
Flirting from the other side? No.
Yeah. Like, girls that get your cell phone out and they'd see that you're texting, but you got the whole other side right there. I mean, she's got to get either really paranoid or
very... So you could say I got the best of both worlds.
You might have the best of both worlds, right?
Has Marilyn Monroe got in contact with you?
So I've been married a couple of times, and that was, and I've been in other, relationships besides being married. And that's the biggest thing is dealing with the jealousies. And it sucks for me because it's all about trust. And I don't like to be, that's why I have to be very careful at what I do because I'm a public figure. And because I don't want to, when I'm in a relationship, I really am, I'm true blue. But I'm very personable also. So you have to be able to understand that's just my personality. I'm flirtatious. I like to play around. I like to joke around and stuff. But that's my personality. I'm not like,
it's easily to interpret. It's easy for the opposite sex to interpret that as flirting when it's really not flirting. But yeah, no, I get exactly where you're coming from when you're just one way with people, very personable, very charismatic, and then the other person's like, "Hey, when did you guys start banging?" And you're like, "Whoa, hold on now, we just sort of thing."
Oh yeah, Kevin. I mean, I had a girl come to my place one time, and I have a very cozy place. It's a small place, but it's cozy. And she said to me, she goes, "Artie, can I sleep over here tonight?" What? No. No, but it's all a part of the like I said, I just got to be professional, and and I have put it this way: all my, I would say, just about all my female friends are from people who I've done readings for. My last, let's say, last 3 major relationships were from. My last 4 major relationships were from me doing readings.
That is a really easy getaway, though. If a woman asks you if you can sleep over, you can be like, "Oh my God, I see you getting in a cab." Beep beep! Holy crap!
Uber just auto dial for you.
Yeah, but it's out there.
Artie, were they all all young?
No, all different ages actually.
No,
younger than me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of them are younger than me. I have a few women that were older who wanted a piece of me. You want a piece of me?
You wanted a piece of the Artie.
Do you have to get a prenup or anything like that, or no? Because you got married 4 times. I'm just curious if you're at a point now. Something. I gotta protect myself.
Now, believe it or not, I'm not going to get into the extreme detail of it, but let's just say I was married 3 times, divorced 3 times. But all three divorces went ultra smooth. I didn't use any lawyers of any of them, other than just to do their little contract and finish it off. Wow. No lawyers, no nothing. No.
Nice.
My attitude with that is, what's mine is mine. What's yours is yours. What's ours, you can have whatever you want. I just want to start a mill.
So what do you like more? Do you like being a life coach more than a psychic? Like, what do you like to do more? Like helping people?
It's actually both. They go hand in hand. They actually go hand in hand with each other as far as being psychic and medium. Because when I'm giving people psychic advice about their future, I'm able to see, like if I see negative news, I'm able to see what's in store for them, and then I help them healthy decisions based on what I'm seeing. So basically, I think you'll appreciate this one story that I'm going to share with you. So a girl walks into my place, and she said to me, she goes, "Artie," she goes, "I just want you to know, I've been thinking about you every single day for 2 years. Every single day I thought about you for 2 years." And I was like flattered, and I said, "All right, so why were you thinking about me every day for 2 years?" She goes, "You read for me right here in your kitchen 2 years ago. And as soon as I sat down, you held my hand. The moment you held my hand, you started hearing the song, Highway to Hell. I'm going to Highway to Hell." So you said to me, as soon as you heard that song, you said to me, if I don't stop doing what I'm doing, I'm going to get caught real soon, and I'm going to end up going to jail. A week later, I didn't listen to you, and I ended up doing something I shouldn't have been doing, and I got caught doing it, and I ended up going to jail for 2 years. Ooh. And every day I woke up, and I asked myself, why didn't I listen to Artie?
So how long did that marriage last? No, I'm joking. No, thanks.
I would probably say the biggest, most powerful reading that I've ever done, and it still holds still holds precedent for my number one reading. A gentleman he called me up, sounded very upset, very hurting, depressed. And he came into my place, and I told him, I said, "Yeah, I'll see you right away." So he came into my place the next day, and I started reading on him. And I started to explain things about his life and about life itself. Not just his life, but life itself and how it works and the meaning of and why things happen the way they did in his life and just life in general. But I was being very inspirational, what I was saying to him. After I did a reading for him, he gave me a big hug, and he was almost in tears, and he said, "Thank you so much for that, Artie." He goes, "I'm going to tell you something that I know you didn't know." He goes, "I wrote myself a suicide note, and I was going to do it tomorrow morning, and because of you, I don't want to do it anymore."
Wow.
I think it's great to turn a negative into a positive in that type of way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just use your gift for for uplifting instead of not necessarily that everything is positive, because I'm sure there's some times where you get a reading where you're just like, wow, this is going to be really negative, and no matter what you physically do, there's no way that you can change that as well, unless you're trying to give that lift. You're trying to give that lift up, and you're trying to turn around their life so that they make positive choices and positive life decisions, and turn that negative into a positive.
Right. It's all about rewiring someone's way of thinking. When you could rewire someone's way of thinking for the positive, what I do is I give people back their power. So a lot of people feel very vulnerable within their relationship, within their marriage, within their boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. They make themselves feel very vulnerable. And so what I do is I show them how to reevaluate their life and their situation. It's not always the problem that's the problem. It's how you choose to deal with it is what creates the problem or what creates the solution. Oh, that's the secret to life. The secret to life, all of life is nothing more than a perception.
Sure.
It is what it is. It's nothing more than a perception.
Artie, the Facebook world wants to know, would you do a reading tonight for one person or maybe two if you want?
Yeah.
Would you do that or?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll tell people to start writing questions now or something, and maybe Tony can read one out to you.
It sounds good.
All right, good.
You do have a hit show. It is called Angels and Answers.
Yes.
And, you do primarily just viewings all in Woodbridge, the Woodbridge area? Or do you?
Woodbridge,
I know you go all
Jersey,
over, but...
I go all over the place. I also do artie parties. I call them artie parties, the psychic parties. So people can hire me, and I go to their homes, and I read for their friends and family at their homes. Or they could see me for individual readings at my place in Woodbridge, New Jersey. Or I could do phone readings. I'm just as accurate over the phone. And you could email me at artiehoffman@gmail.com, and I'll respond back.
That's a great email. I had to suffer with Kevin Neary 2 at gmail.com. Somebody took the whole Kevin Neary from that one, which got on my nerves. I even tried Kevin Neary 1. That one was taken. So on to the next number we went, and I got that one. But no, nice email, man. Good job. Good job on that. I like it.
Now, I've learned from one of my friends when I first started this endeavor. I did have angelsandanswers.com or angelsandanswers@gmail or whatever, or at Comcast.net, whatever it was. And so he says, Artie, you want people to always remember you. He says, so why don't you just use your name and put at Gmail and call it a day. And so I did, and that was great. It was the best advice. Why not?
Yeah, that way you rebrand yourself. It's always a good idea, no matter what. So.
Yeah, it's really short and sweet and simple. I don't need other words just to capture, what I do. People know who I am, and
Sometimes people would want me to go by my when I was still doing it, but everything's shut down right now due to the pandemic. But earlier in my comedy career, people would want me to go by my middle name, first name then middle name, and I was always uncomfortable being brought up. So I wouldn't even ride with the uncomfortability. I would just tell them, on the microphone, like, that's not my real name. I'm sorry.
What's your middle name, Kevin? Is it hung low or?
Well, this is how it was pitched to me. I swear to you. I said, well, my middle name's David. They're like, oh, so it's like Larry David. I'm like, no. Do I look like Larry David? Come on now, give me a break. So that they're like, oh, well, you should just go with the middle name thing, and we'll tell people that you might be related to Larry David. I'm like, so you're going to lie to people, they're going to know it, and then they're not going to pay attention. They're like, oh, no, you're being too negative. So I would be brought up with that name. I think it happened 3 times, and then I never went along with it. It would last a good 40, maybe 50 seconds, not even a minute, before I would just say, like, no, this isn't my name. Sorry, guys. Your host lied to you, sort of thing. Which,
we have quite a few questions rolling in on the live feed here. And,
okay.
Yes, let me see here. We'll start out with, are we missing Mike again?
We got Cheryl right there, buddy.
Yeah, we got Cheryl Scheller Miller, who wants. She said, "I want to know who is watching over me."
Cheryl Miller.
Cheryl Thornton Miller.
All right, hold on a second. It's the person who is always busting her chops. That's what I'm getting. It was the personality of the person who was always busting her chops, that was always on her, 24/7 while they were alive. I don't know the name, the relation, but what I'm getting is I'm getting the personality. And it was the person who had the strong personality, and they were always busting her chops. And that's what I'm getting. Always busting her chops. Always always had something to say to her. Always something to give her advice. Always trying to tell her what to do. Always giving advice. Like I said, but also a ball buster too. Always busting chops. Huh? She knows who it is.
She does. She said yes. As far as who it is, I have no idea. Let me see here. We got Layla Sue Carline, and she said, "I want to know who the man was."
I don't know. I don't understand that question. You have to be specific with your question. So when people write in their questions, you can't say, "What do you see in my life?" or "Who's out there for me?"
Oh, sure.
I need to know detailed specifics when I'm doing this.
Okay.
So when she says, "Who's the man in my life?" I don't know. Is she talking about future love? Is she talking about I don't know. Is she going with love? I don't know.
Right.
You're a psychic. You should know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't
I would
always
say
work
it's
like
Kevin
that.
Neary. Kevin Neary's the man in her life. That's who it is.
Oh, come on now, Mike.
She said it's a spirit that she saw as a child.
And what's her name?
Her name is Layla Carline.
Sure it wasn't a gas leak?
I know she grew up in Louisiana, but she saw a spirit as a child, and she wanted to know who the man was.
Was she on shrooms?
They don't normally
to be
give
honest
kids
with you,
shrooms.
I strongly believe that it was the person that was connected to the house that she lived in. It was somebody who grew up in that house who passed away. And whether they passed away in the house or they passed away while owning that house, but it's somebody who owned that house who she saw, and I feel like it was an older gentleman, or actually wasn't that old. Like middle-aged.
A middle-aged man?
Yeah. But I feel like it was somebody who was already a part of that house before her family moved in.
It was a Jeffrey Epstein. No, Jeff. He's that would be before, after time. But
Here goes Kevin again, making those jokes.
well,
jokes.
if a ghost is hanging out
so
with a kid,
dark.
you're going to know a
So
little
dark.
bit about the ghost. You're going to say, "Hey, ghost, what are you doing? She's not for sale."
Artie, that's a good question. Did you know that Jeffrey Epstein was going to die? Did you, without having a psychic ability, did you had a feeling that he was going to get killed?
Not at all.
Not at all. Oh, you thought he was going to live.
Not at all. Nope.
Yeah, wow.
No, when it comes to the general public, my forte is just individuals, one-on-ones, and as far as prediction of general events, course of events, or politics or tsunamis or that's usually not my forte. It's more like on a personal one-to-one is where my strong forte is. I mean, I've called some future events that have happened, but I don't.
I was just going to say, you could fall back on weatherman if this damn psychic thing doesn't work out for you. But
that's right.
That worked out to be perfectly
all day long. You still have a job.
fallback career.
Or into
That's right.
politics.
90% of the time accurate, except for that one time.
That one time, that's right.
That's all that people remember sometimes, Artie. You know that? That's all that people remember sometimes is the one time you got it wrong and you're like, "Listen, guys, I'll be honest with you. Had a hangover. Didn't want to see anybody that day. Needed you to get out of my house."
You caught me on a bad day. Yeah. Hey, listen, even the greatest baseball players have slumps.
Yeah, they made a solution up for that, steroids. I mean, they are just great
That's
for those
right.
guys,
This is true, 100%.
If they found a correlation, I guarantee they'd legalize steroids right now for those baseball players if they realize that it kicks the crap out of the coronavirus. Then we get a really cool season to watch. Nothing but home runs.
Oh, absolutely. That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Then again, the pitchers would be on steroids too, so the ball would be moving faster. Who knows?
And look how many bases would be stolen.
Oh man, yeah, they'd be faster too.
That's right. That's right.
This sounds like a better sport already, Artie. We should just go over to the MLB. You're like, guess what? Instead of 9 innings, we're just doing 5.
Who is your team, Artie? Who is your favorite baseball team? Do you have a team or?
Believe it or not, I used to love the Cincinnati Reds. That was my team when it was the Machine back in the day, the Red Machine.
Yes.
And now, and I like, big fan of the Mets.
Wow.
Woo!
I'm a big fan. I'm a Mets fan.
Yeah.
As far as football, the Dolphins.
That's my team.
Oh boy, get him out.
That's my team.
Get
I
him out.
swear to God.
All right, that's it for Artie Hoffman.
He's a
And thanks for joining us.
Jersey like the
Relax.
Dolphins?
He's a Patriots fan. You're relaxed.
Doesn't make any,
you're
doesn't make any
good.
sense.
How does it
No,
make any
there's a
sense? They're a great
reason.
team.
No, there's a
not
reason
anymore.
why. There's a reason why the Dolphins are my favorite football team. There's a specific reason. And what had happened was, I used to join intramural sports after school programs. And so there was flag football. And I was about like 10 years old at the time, 10, 11 years old. And so anyway, so the coach who was creating, all the teams to happen, while I'm sitting in line, he's going down line to line to line. And he goes, all right, this line, you're the Bears. You're the Giants. You're the Redskins. He gets to my line. He goes, you're the Dolphins. I go, Dolphins? What kind of a freaking name is Dolphins for a football team? And then that weekend, the Dolphins were on the boob tube. They were on the TV. And that was the year that they went all the way. They were undefeated. So ever since then, of course, they were my team.
That's like Kevin's mysterious middle name, Aloysius. I don't know where that came from.
A drunken Irish father. That was
Oh, perfect. For those of you now joining us on Facebook Live, we do have psychic comedian now, Artie Hoffman.
Artie Hoffman's in the house, everybody.
As well as life coach and medium and
You got it all.
motivational
And a
speaker.
hell of a nice guy.
Yeah.
You definitely are, Artie. You definitely are a nice guy. Hey, what religion do you follow? Because Artie Hoffman sounds like a Jewish name. I would say that you are Jewish, right? Or is that fair to say? Or
No, that's right on. I was born and raised in a Jewish family, and over the years, I became much more spiritual than religious. And I'm still proud of the Judaism and the culture, and my whole family through and through are Jewish. But yeah, as far as doing what I do, it's all spiritual. It has nothing to do with religion. It's all spiritual. I 100% believe in God. I 100% believe in angels. And I just connect with them, and they give me the answers.
Well,
And they help me pass the test.
They actually have a great article here on you at the IndianSource.com, and they titled it "Artie Hoffman, the Jew with the Clue." So
That's right. There you go. And there was I just told that story today. There was a fella who was a very popular DJ in New York City called Goomba Johnny. He was big time in the 80s. And so I met with him, and we were having lunch together in New York. And while we're sitting there, he was like, because he's also a professional comedian. And he goes, look at you, Artie Hoffman, psychic medium, Jew with a clue. I go, that is so funny. And then he knew. And then I told him I had my own radio station. And he goes, what is it called? WWWJEW all the time?
I love it.
So it was like so funny. It's like these little things. It's just funny. And I did stand up for a couple of years, and I was like mediocre at it. But it wasn't until I started doing my psychic ability and my spiritual thing, that's when things really kicked in for me. And I became very comfortable in front of, on stage in front of a lot of people, because I'm talking about something I'm very passionate about. But yet I could also, there's a lot of funny stories, and I throw a lot of shtick, a lot of humor while I'm doing my thing. So, it is like, being serious and comedic at the same time. So I love it. But when I was just being a comic, it was harder because I mean, yeah, I'm funny. I could bounce off of people in situations all the time since forever. But to go up straight cold just to make people laugh, it was challenging, with no question. You don't know what their moods are. You don't know what their style is. And it's not about them. It's all about you, and it's like, but when I'm up there, see, when you're a comedian, it's all about you. Am I funny? Do I look good? Did I say it right? Did I, you do, it's a big mind game. But then when I'm talking about spirituality, it has nothing to do about me. I just want to share information with the people. And so that's what I do. I share information with the people. And then, of course, like I said, I throw a lot of funny stories in there and stuff like that. So it's like, it's easy to be funny because I can bounce off of situations.
If the audience isn't paying attention and you're just talking, that's when it's all about you. If you don't include the audience into a joke or be somewhat relatable into a joke in a scenario situation of whichever you're writing on, then it's more. I always feel like it's more inclusive. Like, you always want to involve the audience, you want their attention on you, and then it becomes a we thing, sort of. My opinion.
Right.
Everybody has their.
I'll love that for the next time I get back on stage.
Get back up there, man. Do some stuff. Just I actually had a magic trick before I did my only magic trick I ever did on stage. I asked for an audience member. I said, "Okay, I got a deck of cards here." I had a deck of cards on me, and instead of telling the person to pick a card, I showed them the card. I said, "Is this your card?" And they were like, I didn't even pick the card yet. I'm like, okay, check under your chair. So the dude gets up, big fella gets up, looks under his chair. He's like, there's nothing there. I said, made it disappear. And walked right back on stage.
That's pretty funny.
I would definitely agree that comedy is more of a 90% vocal personality. It's just how you pronounce your jokes and how it comes out of your mouth.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Very true. Presentation is very high.
Presentation and timing. It's all about presentation and timing. If you got that down pat, you could say eeny, meeny, miny, mo and make it funny as hell.
That's true. That is very true.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into the back half of our show here. I think people stopped asking questions, but we still have a couple viewers. Sparky, who do we have this week as far as the brilliant criminal mind?
Mass Man.
Oh, we have Mass Man. Now, Artie, this is how we play the game. Sparky's going to give a little rundown of rules, and go for it, Sparkles.
Tony is going to go off. He's going to read 5 stories. Now, within those 5 stories, we'll have to figure out if one of them is true, false, all true, all false. There's no story in the middle that's, iffy. It's either true or false. But anyways, we have the stories in 3 different categories, and there's 5 stories apiece. So after he gets done reading the stories, what he'll do is he'll ask which one is false, and then he picks around to everybody, and we go from there.
Artie, this just puts you in the criminal mind of Americans.
I believe everything is possible, so let's go ahead. Everything is possible.
It'll amaze you. All right, we're going to start out with story number 1. I'm going to read all these 5 stories, and then I'll go from person to person. Starting with story number 1. Massachusetts woman arrested for underage teen drinking party at her house.
Oh, sounds like a cool mom.
Sounds like the cool mom. Story number 2. Massachusetts man arrested for striking a 72-year-old wheelchaired pedestrian with his car.
Okay.
Story number 3. Massachusetts man arrested for robbery when he handed a demand note bearing his name and address on the back of a subpoena. Story number 4. Massachusetts man arrested for burglary when he borrowed the teller's car to get away after robbing the bank.
Yeah, getaway.
You need that getaway car somewhere. And story number 5. Massachusetts man arrested for burglary after passing out. when he told the teller, when the teller told him that they had no money in the till. He passed out when the teller told him that they had no money in the till. But Kevin, we're going to start out with you today, and we'll work our way down here.
Oh, that last one sounds a little tricky. He's got the adrenaline to go into a bank, supposedly, if this story is true. But then when they say we're all out of money, he passes out. Take your insulin before you rob the bank, buddy. Okay?
It sounds very plausible, right? Very plausible.
Yeah.
Sparky, how about you, brother?
They're all true.
These are all true.
They're all I drew them. They're true.
How about for Stat Girl?
They're all true because the last one, if you're literally going in for money and they say they have none, guess what? You're going to pass out. You're going to be like, oh, God, I just committed a crime, and I got nothing out of it.
Okay.
That when you pass out.
Guest host Artie Hoffman, what are you thinking, brother?
I told you right from the get-go. I said everything is possible, and I'm sticking with my premonition that it's all true.
Okay. Mike Aswell, right at the bottom here.
The only one that's true is number 3. That's it.
Number 3, and you're going with the rest all false.
Yeah.
Okay. All chips in.
Now, I give a little backstory behind each of these stories if they do happen to be true. And I'll start out with story number 1. Massachusetts woman arrested for underage teen drinking party at her house. It is a true story.
Oh, yeah.
Now, just to let you know, Artie, Sparky over here to your left also draws pictures for us. And what is your picture today for this particular story, Sparkles?
And I hold the pictures. I got it. Don't worry.
Oh, look at that. You can see who the mom is because she's asking people who needs a beer. And the kids are smaller stick figures right there. You see that, Artie? The depiction is perfect right there. And the other one, the square, that's obviously the house she's outside of. You know, that's
I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see as well.
Quite all right. Stick figures, beer-holding mom, drinking kids.
Got it. I have the visual.
We couldn't afford a real artist.
Let me just say that this mom wins Mother of the Year because she called the cops herself. Now, when she called the cops to get the kids out of her house, guess where she was?
In the house.
Inside the house. Throwing the party.
Since she was the adult there, they arrested her.
Yeah, she wanted everybody to leave, but she didn't want to kick them out herself. So she hid in the closet along with several other people.
God.
Unbelievable.
Oh, fantastic.
So she was like, "Get out of my house! I'm going to call the cops." She does, and they're like, "Mrs. Barker, would you do a cake stand?" All right, maybe just one.
Mom of the Year. Story number 2: Massachusetts man arrested for striking a 72-year-old wheelchair pedestrian with his car. Is unfortunately a true story. Unfortunately,
Grand Theft Auto. You get extra points.
There are no wheelchair people in Grand Theft Auto.
This is the picture of the week. You call this my picture of the week already. Put that up, Stack Girl. Show it off.
No coup de grace today. No wheelchairs in the carpool lane. And, someone's chassis is tipped over, and he's standing outside his car.
This is that is a very accurate stick figure wheelchair right there, Sparky. I'll give you some credit there. It is relatively the same size as the car, but the car could be a smart car. You never know.
Oh my God.
Sadly,
did the person die?
It happened 3 times. 3 times in Massachusetts.
Wow.
They got this guy. Yeah, and
that guy either has bad luck or a hatred towards the handicap.
Hatred to the handicap. That's what it was. Yeah.
It makes me laugh when I'm driving like 65, 75 miles an hour, and then there's another van or a car flying right by me going 85, 90 miles an hour with a handicap sticker in their rearview mirror, hanging on the rearview mirror. I've seen quite a few handicapped people fly right by me like I'm standing still.
Oh my gosh.
It's the only way they could feel fast in life at the moment, Artie.
That's right. If they can't move it with their legs, they'll move it with the wheels, right?
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Story number three, Massachusetts man arrested for robbery when he handed a demand note bearing his name and address on the back of a subpoena is a true story.
Wow. What a goddamn dumbass. I'm sorry.
That's a special class of criminal. Thanks for
The cash. You got to pull it back a little bit.
No, you gotta write that.
for your information.
You gotta write straight, not sideways.
Massachusetts, man, is tough to grasp right there. We got a Massachusetts woman getting her kids drunk.
Well, listen,
People
I
running over-
want to say something. Have nothing to do with this, but I'm picking this up while I'm watching this. I don't know if it's Massachusetts, New Jersey, because that's where I'm at, or Pennsylvania. But 598 or 298, I feel like those numbers are going to come out soon. Pick three.
598.
598 or 298.
Kevin, play it.
I feel like it's either Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, or New Jersey. Within the next week or so, you're going to see those numbers come out.
That's all right. I can bet them all online.
I'm writing it
There you
down. What is
I
that?
don't have to bet it. You know, it's like Black Friday shopping. People think they have to be at the store. I just do it online.
Yeah.
Do it all online. Yeah, 598, 298. I'm down. Straight box. You know, I'll even give you half of the winnings if I win.
Is that a
You want to know?
telephone number?
I'll Venmo it. Yeah, you know, if you have one of those digital Venmo wallets.
Of all the people I've ever told, I told over 100 people. Only one person out of 100 gave me a tip. Only one out of 100.
Really?
And that just happened a couple months ago. That he gave me money. I've never received money before that. A couple months ago.
Huh?
Yeah.
And these
You've
people
never been to one. Wow, that's crazy. Like, especially even in a private reading where you're just like, you would figure that someone would tip you if you had a fantastic reading as well.
So I was doing a reading. I was doing a reading for this one lady. I was at a party. I was, it was a finished basement, and a lady sat down right next to me, and she says, "Artie, you read for me here 2 years ago." Because my friend had a party here 2 years ago, which I don't remember. But she said, "And you told me that I need to play the lottery or go to Atlantic City because you saw me winning tens of thousands of dollars. And I told you I am not a gambler, and I'm still not a gambler." She goes, 6 months later was my birthday. And one of my kids bought me 5 $2 scratch-off tickets. And on my very first $2 scratch-off ticket, I won $50,000.
Nice.
And no tip.
0.
So she bragged in front of your face about your prediction to her. Nothing. What a bitch.
0. Zilch.
Well, I hope nothing good comes from her future anymore. Hopefully that money leads her down that
buggers.
She's a nice
road
lady.
full
Hey,
of drugs and terrible things.
I got paid for my session. That's what mostly counts. But
But what type of tip would be good? Like, what's a good tip?
well, I was doing a reading for some guy, and I told him told him a stock tip. I said, it's going to go up. It's going to do very well. And so a year later, he calls me up. He goes, "Hey, Art, this is Vinny." I forgot his name. It's Vinny. I go, "Yeah, what's up?" He goes, "Listen, remember you said you did a reading for me last year?" I go, yeah. He goes, "I'd like to have another reading with you if you don't mind. My wife would like to join me too." I said, "All right, fine." He goes, "How much?" So I told him my rates, what it was. He goes, "You got any stock tips?" He says, "Can you give me another stock tip?" "Yeah, if you want, I'll give you another stock tip. It's going to be $1,000 if you want a stock tip." He goes, "Why?" He goes, $1,000. I go, "How did my last stock tip do?" He goes, "Yeah, you were right. Went up over 100%. And he says, "Yeah," he says, "I didn't take advantage. I didn't play it." Or he did. He just, it is what it is.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Just tell him to learn how to read charts and leave you alone on that. Just read the charts. Like the MACD index, the volume index. Here he's trying to take a shortcut and go to
Well, Artie, I don't have $1,000, but can you give me a stock tip right now? Like, what would you say I should look into?
Gold and silver, 100%. You're going
right
to make a ton of money by investing in silver and gold. And I actually believe you'll make more money in silver than gold.
I agree with you with gold. I disagree with the silver. Silver barely moves, and when it does at too slow of a pace to make any actual money on it. It doesn't move faster than inflation. But gold's going to 2,000. It's already at 1958 right now, and the way that people are throwing it into the safe haven of precious metals, you can't go wrong with gold. Silver, it's too slow. It's way too slow. But
the percentages of silver goes up faster than gold.
That's because it's on a lower number.
Exactly.
The percentage.
So would you rather invest $10,000 in silver at $15 and it goes up to $25, or would you rather invest $10,000 in gold that's at $1,800 a share and it goes up to $2,000?
Personally, I've grabbed up 100 contracts of GDX options. That's the gold miners options, and I'm up about $80 per contract right now. It's going to hit 53 before September, the way the charts are showing.
Oh, day traders, I love them.
You're going to do well with gold and silver. You're not going to lose.
Yeah, it's a big giveaway right there.
Yep.
Let me cut into these last stories so I can get these through. Massachusetts man arrested for burglary when he borrowed the teller's car to get away after robbing the bank. True story. Sparky, let's see that picture.
Put that picture up there. Look at that.
I need a car. Take mine. The key is right here.
So that was a true story?
That was a true story.
Needless to say, it is a true story, but needless to say, the criminal didn't get that far because, of course, with the description of the car, he was apprehended not too long after that. And story number 5, Massachusetts man arrested for burglary after passing out when the teller told him that she had no money. Is a true story.
I told you.
True story.
Told you.
Everything is possible. Everything is true.
Everything is possible, definitely.
There it is. There's the story.
Because I had no money.
You passed out.
That's my story. And
he's a terrible criminal. I mean, all you got to do is, if he sticks you up on the street, Tony, all you got to do is tell him you don't have any money, he's going to fall to the ground.
Apparently, he had low blood sugar. And apparently, when he told the teller stick him up, he passed out on the ground. They they gave him medical attention. Like the tellers gave him medical attention until the cops actually came to pick him up.
Nothing like having compassion for the guy who wanted to steal from him.
Fantastic. All right, we're going to jump into 5 more stories real quick here. Story number 1, Massachusetts man arrested for theft of vodka from a liquor store. He left his name and phone number with the clerk after asking her out on a date. Story number 2, Massachusetts man arrested for robbing a pet shop with his son. Toe.
Come on, yeah.
Kevin's losing it.
Story number 3, Massachusetts man arrested for shoplifting at a store that has the annual Shop with a Cop Day. Apparently 60 cops were inside.
Oh. That's
funny.
Story number 4, Massachusetts man arrested for counterfeiting when he tried to return to Target a printer that was jammed with counterfeit bills.
Oh, yeah.
I bought it that way, right?
My ink was running. I don't know what happened. And story number 5, Massachusetts man arrested for burglary when he tried to jump through a window but got tangled up in a clothes hamper.
Say that again?
Massachusetts man arrested for burglary.
Closed hamper, not a clothesline.
A close hamper.
It was a closed hamper when he tried to jump through a window, but got tangled up in a closed hamper.
Oh, he got his foot stuck in it.
Those things are easy to get tangled up in.
All right, we'll start off at the bottom. We'll go with Mike Caswell right now and work our way up.
I say it's all true.
Okay. All
I
right.
did all that notion.
All right, we got a second. Sparkalicious, I already know you're going all in.
I'm all in again. Throw it in. I drew them. They're true.
Of course.
How about for Stack Girl? Same?
All true, yeah.
And Kevin?
It's 100% consensus. This is all true right here.
All true. All right. Let's see how the Massachusetts criminal mind works. With story number 1. Massachusetts man arrested for theft of vodka from a liquor store, but left his name and phone number with the clerk after he asked her out on a date. True story.
Well, that takes some balls. A lot. Balls.
There you go. There's that bad boy.
Thanks for the vodka. Here's my number if you want to come by later.
Oh, no, you ask her for her number, not you give backwards.
That's what it was. I know. So, criminal mind, brother. The criminal mind.
Not even
the right
he's
one.
back in, he's not a keeper now. You know he's not a keeper.
No.
You know, he's bad at being a criminal. Maybe he trusted her. Who the hell knows?
Yeah,
Why does he trust
I thought Sparky was going to go with something like, "Oh, what's that in your pants?"
Oh,
Shoving the bottle down.
Mark, I thought you were going straight for the dick joke there, man.
That's what I was going for. Story number 2, Massachusetts man.
Good.
Story number 2, Massachusetts man arrested for robbing a pet shop with his son in tow. True story.
This is my second best picture of the week.
Let's see
Hold
what's
it up.
after, brother.
Come on, Stack.
I'm sorry, I saw the hashtag.
Okay, son,
Gotta start
today
from the top.
wait, what is that?
Today, puppies.
Tomorrow bank.
Tomorrow, banks. Hashtag take your kid to work.
Hashtag,
I'm sorry.
hashtag take your kid's birthday.
Oh my god.
Oh, thank God the mother didn't take him to work. The corner is no place for a kid.
Oh god, it started.
It's
Funny story with this one. When the cops went to go apprehend the so-called criminal and his junior criminal, junior criminal was missing.
Missing.
He was missing somehow, and Dad got put in cuffs, but the son was missing, probably with the other parental figure.
That would be very ironic if the child was kidnapped.
Just for the robbery. They're like,
the
oh,
kidnapped
look
already
who I
know they're
got.
after the dad, so they're like, quick, we can get the kid now. Ruthless Massachusetts.
Ruthless in Massachusetts. Story number 3, Massachusetts man arrested for shoplifting at a store that has the annual Shop with a Cop Day with 60 cops inside. True story.
Why would you want to shop with a cop? Anything then?
Well, unless if they were all undercover or they were just all civilians. I'm sure they
Very
didn't-
much plainclothes cops.
Yeah, that's the only way. I
Here we go,
think one
Kevin,
of
your
the
favorite
greatest.
people. Kevin's favorite people in the whole wide world.
Lay it.
One of the greatest bank robbery stories was Dog Day Afternoon with Al Pacino. That was a great movie.
And very few people know that Al Pacino's character was actually paying for his girlfriend to get a sex change in that movie. That's what the bank robbery was about.
Wow.
Yeah. But as you can see, Sparky's picture right there, the guys with the hats on, Artie, those are the police officers right there. You see that? Or do you got your... He's got
Shoplifting during taking a cop shopping day is not good. Not going well. Yeah, clearly when you're shoplifting in a store that has a bunch of cops in it, clearly you're going to get caught. And, yeah, not a good situation for him.
Either that or you have a bunch of cops that are just like, you know what?
Story number 4, Massachusetts man arrested for counterfeiting when he tried to Massachusetts man is not a bright one. Whoa,
True
but
story.
They make for entertaining news.
There we go. There's that bad boy picture.
The printer is terrible. My counterfeit money is stuck inside.
Damn,
I would have went with, I'm trying to print pictures of family, like Benjamin Franklin. Lincoln or Jefferson. Right.
Yeah, definitely not the smartest of criminals, that's for sure.
Yeah, not the smartest of criminals. Number 5, Massachusetts man arrested for burglary when he tried to jump through a window but got tangled up in a clothes hamper. True story. These are
easy to tangle
on these 5 as well.
Artie's 10 for 10. He's very much impressed with me right now.
The stories were so, like, extreme that how can it not be? Like, just to make that, it's like that old saying goes, you can't make this stuff up.
You cannot make this stuff up. It's entertaining to hear how, to literally see and hear how dumb criminals are when they do something. I am as good as long as there is no wicker basket. Apparently, this fun-loving criminal from Massachusetts jumped through the window.
I just really said I'm really good when there's no wicker basket. Man, he's quoting a Nick Cage movie there.
He did do the Nick Cage movie. Apparently, it was a cloth wicker clothes hamper. And he got tangled up in it, made so much noise to alert the people inside, and clearly got arrested when he got tangled up. But that was a good thinker to keep it out by the window, which is good.
That's pretty wild.
Crazy, crazy story. All right, the last 5 to finish this up. We'll start out with story number 1. Sparky, you ready? All right.
Good.
Story number 1, Massachusetts woman arrested for assaulting a bus driver with a banana.
Women hit you with anything.
They
Absolutely.
Truly will. Story number 2, Massachusetts woman arrested for breaking and entering when cops caught onto her ankle bracelet that she got from a former breaking and entering.
Oh, wow. A lot of women on this one.
The Massachusetts woman is
she's a feisty cat.
She's a fickle pickle.
Pickle.
Story number 3, Massachusetts child arrested for theft. Child arrested for theft. When questioned by the police, a phone rang from the closet alerting cops to other stolen phones.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's unbelievable.
Hey, he's still young. He can learn how to be a better criminal by that mistake alone. You turn the phones off after you steal them.
True. Or let the battery die.
Or the battery could die. Yeah, what did he charge them? What an idiot.
I know, right? Story number 4, Massachusetts man arrested for impersonating an officer when he pulled over someone for speeding, an actual cop.
You know, that's definitely true.
That's horrible luck.
Horrible. What's happened here in Pennsylvania. People take Halloween too serious, man. They get into their role playing and look back.
Story number 5. Massachusetts man arrested for theft of a woman's wallet with her ID and $40 inside. In the scuffle, he dropped his birth certificate, and a note from his mom?
No. Nope, I'm
Calling bullshit, huh?
not buying that one. A note from his mom, too, and a birth certificate. Come on, man. That one's, you know where I'm going on this one.
Massachusetts.
All right, well, Kevin, let's start us out then. We'll end this up quick.
I'm going out. Number 5 is the false one. What else does he have to put in the bag? You know, my mom's note, my birth certificate. Come on, man. If this person actually does exist, I'm, already, if they do exist, you probably already know by now, but seriously, they need you as their life coach if they still do exist. A lot of these people. You got a clientele full of police.
You have a lot of clientele in Massachusetts.
I'm still saying all of it's true.
Artie's going all true. Sparky, what are you thinking, brother?
I drew them. They're true.
Okay, and we're going over to Stat Girl as well.
All true, because people carry their social security cards. They'll carry the birth certificates. It's true. They're all true.
All right, Mike Caswell, what are you thinking, brother?
I'm thinking they should go to www.hoffman.com an assistant, and then I would say it's all true. That's what I'm going to say. Artie, after all this, are you gonna beat up your manager after this or after the show?
No, not at all.
All right, just curious.
All right,
No, I love the humor. You know what? I'm the one who's always used to always having to talk, so it's a pleasure to listen to it.
Perfect. I'll start out with story number 1. Massachusetts woman arrested for assaulting a bus driver with a banana. Let's see the picture right now.
Uh-oh. This is probably the false one if he's looking for the picture first. Hold it up.
For picture first.
Green bananas are harder than yellow ones.
Ah, truly are, because this is the false story.
Whoa!
I mean, it's possibility. There's possible to be true, but in the state of Massachusetts, who's hitting somebody with a banana? I don't know.
Anybody.
Bullshit.
There was this one night the other week.
I don't want to know. I'm good.
You hit them with the banana, you throw the banana behind you, they slip on the banana, it's a clean getaway. I find no flaws.
Story number 2, Massachusetts woman arrested for breaking and entering when cops caught onto her ankle bracelet that she got from a former breaking and entering.
True.
You know this is a true story.
That.
So sad.
True story. You can't. There you go.
Oh yeah, look at that. The cops. What are they saying there, Sparky?
Who's in the house?
Beep, 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 beep. Who's in the house? Artie, this poor woman needs your counseling bad, because not only did she get out of prison, she was on parole, she had her ankle bracelet, and then decided, hey, what's the best course of action? We're going to go break into another house.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable is right. Yeah, she got caught for the second time with double the amount of
This
time.
is the unbelievable one.
I mean, it's pretty good advice if you were to tell her, like, okay, you know what? Maybe you just go in your own house. No more other people's houses.
Yeah.
Try it out for a couple of months. You know, give it a shot. See how you like it. If you don't like it, still don't go in somebody else's house. Be great.
Yeah, you know what happens with an ankle bracelet when you leave your house?
It happens.
You're alerted. They already alert the cops to
Yeah,
where you are.
It's a tracking device. It's not jewelry, people. Holy crap.
You know, for some defensive lawyers, it's got to be a really, really challenging job when your client is that beyond stupid, and then you got to defend them.
That's very true.
You should just be thrown in the towel and say, Your Honor, he did it, she did it.
At that point, they just get a defense attorney, like a public attorney, public defender.
Yeah, and just throw in the towel.
All right, here's a question, because all these stupid people, what do you predict that the world's going to end soon? Like, what's your prediction on that?
Well, I don't do world events, but as far as I don't feel like that the world will ever be the same again. So did the world come to an end? As it was, yes. As it was, it already has. things are never going to be the same as it once was.
Definitely true. Definitely true.
You know? So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, there's a lot of deep thought into, it's a cleansing of the earth and it's a cleansing of all these bad politicians and blah, 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 blah. But, man, you destroyed the entire world's economy and destroyed humanity in so many ways. It just sucks. It just sucks.
It does.
I don't even listen to the news. It's such bad news and all bull crap. It's a big boys game, and that's the bottom line.
It really is. Really is. Story number 3, Massachusetts child arrested for theft when questioned by police. The phone rang from the closet, alerting cops to other stolen phones. Kevin, you know this is a true story.
Yeah. This kid's got a lot going to criminal law. It is true, though, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true.
He was 15.
Man. Sparky's got the guys with the hats talking to the kid. You can tell it's a kid because he's shorter than the policeman in the hats right there.
They do have Mountie hats.
Yeah.
Did it happen in Kent? No, it was in Massachusetts. I can't even explain, like, the explanation of how dumbfounded that is, that when sounds come out of your closet while you're being questioned by cops, it's karma just kicking you right in the teeth. You explain it, though. Like, you can't even explain it.
You can't explain it. You're basically caught.
You're caught. That's right.
Do you have a warrant to check my closet? That's how you explain it. It's like...
Well, I think they had something on them, of course, of who the kid was. So I think they had, something.
They probably go to the house and check things out.
Cause to check everything. So,
hey, Lassie, can you steal the phone?
Story number 4. Massachusetts man arrested for impersonating an officer when he pulled over someone for speeding. An actual cop. Is a true story.
Hold that up. Hold that picture up. Look at that bad boy. You got
Okay, sir, keep your hands on the wheel. Why are his plates municipal? Oh, dear Lord. Please help us in this time. These trying times of Massachusetts, man. Clearly, when you're impersonating a cop, and then you pull over the cop in the same town he is working in, but he doesn't know who you are, that is impersonating a police officer. And apparently the cop was speeding, though, which is kind of good.
That is way too wild.
But it doesn't count. It doesn't count.
You know how fast you were going? Yeah, but I'm a cop. I can do what I want. Wait a second. I don't recognize. Who are you, sir?
True. And story number 5, Massachusetts man arrested for theft of a woman's wallet with her ID and $40 in it. In the scuffle, he dropped his birth certificate and a note from his mom.
It's one hell of a scuffle.
True.
Yeah, this is a true story.
Listen.
Wait, if you come back with my wallet, I will give back your stuff. Hashtag, I know your mommy.
That's my favorite hashtag.
What did his mom say? Like, hey, Harold, have fun robbing people today. Love your mom. XOXO. The cops had to have read it and been like, oh, well, his mom believes in him, so maybe she'll pay his bail. This is okay. This is
Maybe.
It's worked out.
10%, of $100,000. Who knows?
Oh, mom's packing some cash. She's got dad's life insurance money hidden away in his that he's all burned in. That's where insurance money. No one's going to steal the urn.
Well, unfortunately, Artie, that wraps up Connecticut Man. Sparky, where are we next week?
Massachusetts,
man. Thank you very much.
Massachusetts, man. Where are we next week, Sparkles?
We are going next week to Michigan, man.
Michigan
man. That should be enticing right there.
and now I get to file Masked Man into the library.
It's in the library.
True.
Yeah, Michigan, where the
library.
water flows like Coca-Cola.
Artie, we're gonna give you some shameless plugs. What would you like to plug for today?
Well, I have a book called Angels and Answers that explains about life on a very deep spiritual level, and it's really, really cool. And you're going to see it's going to change your whole perception about your life and life itself. And it's I explain it very simplistically. You're going to have a lot of aha moments in it, and you're going to think that I wrote that book just for you. And it's called Angels and Answers, and you can go to artiehoffman.com, or you could order on Amazon. And like I said, I do Artie parties. I travel around to do parties for people, and I do private sessions over the phone, Skype, whatever. Or if you wanted to come to Woodbridge, New Jersey and check me out in person, that's fine too. And like I said, I'm going to be in Ocean City, New Jersey coming up August 12th. So, just email me, artiehoffman@gmail. And the Jewish brother will hook you up.
It's excellent, brother.
Thank you for having me on.
Me and Mike Caswell are also Jewish as well, so.
Right here, buddy.
Quick, I do have one question.
Shalom,
though,
my brother.
for Artie.
Shalom.
The shalom.
I got one quick question for Artie.
Shoot.
Why is this night different than all other nights?
No. Even better.
Yeah.
People have been interested in the pictures of the library of things that I've drawn. Could it end up being something successful where I can make a lot of money off of it, or is it just one of these fad things that everybody's just gonna?
If you market yourself properly, you could definitely make money on it. Definitely make money, so long as you market it in like being creative and stirring up the interest. You'll be able to make money with it. Throw some pop and pizzazz to it, and you'll make money on it.
That's true.
You heard him, Sparky.
All about marketing, Sparkles.
Colored markers.
Maybe
Colored
sparkles on
We're
the front.
getting you that for Christmas, man.
Well, I thought we were going to do T-shirts with sparkles.
Yeah, we're going to do sparkles and glitter everywhere.
Sparkles
there you
and
go.
glitter everywhere. Have a big character of Sparky face.
Now that we heard where Artie's going to be, Sparky, where are we going to be? If you wanted to happen to look for us.
Facebook, Google, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Deezer, Castbox, Pocket Cast, Geo Rio, and then all your other major platforms, streaming devices, except for the one called Pandora. We're not on that one, so look for that.
I don't know. I want to say thank you very much, Artie. Thank you very much for joining us. We are.
I appreciate it. Thank you. You guys are a lot of fun. Entertaining and a lot of fun.
I am Tony Kaz, followed by
Kevin Neary here.
and
Sparky.
And right down at the bottom here,
Mike Caswell.
comedian Mike Caswell. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. You guys have a great night.